So, NVIDIA. Let's bring up the quarter, folks. Let's go over this. On paper, this looks amazing, right? Data center up 75%. The components within, looking phenomenal, whether it's compute, networking, gaming up, provision, all these other things, which aren't necessarily even the drivers, right? It's all really seems to almost always be about data center. What's going on? What is it about this stock that it doesn't get any traction with these kind of numbers?
So Charles, these were spectacular numbers, and what was even stronger was the guide. They basically guided to $5 billion higher than consensus, and that would translate into this type of upside. So really, the earnings reaction will be mostly reflective of whether this was a surprise or not. And I don't think anybody would find this completely surprising.
So in networking up 263%, you've got a networking stock later we'll share with the audience, but I want to pick back up on this, what you just mentioned, CapEx, or the sort of CapEx fear. So on one side, we have the cumulative growth and high yield IG debt associated with this CapEx stuff. And it's growing, but it's nowhere near the dot-com boom. I think this argument may be falling on deaf ears. But the idea that maybe, just maybe, hyperscaler growth, CapEx growth will peak or is peaking, is that it could, ironically, that actually help NVIDIA and some of these other names?
Well, not necessarily. I think we still need to see CapEx growing in order for NVIDIA to keep posting strong numbers. So you can literally just...
But sideways a little bit lower.
I think that has to do more with market flows and people being concerned about the AI.
The losers chart. Now, this is the names that are in there, right? The winners, these are the winners. These are the supposed losers, right? And interesting enough, some of these names are getting a bid today, right? Workday is getting a bid. Salesforce made a reversal higher. Are you looking at any of these names on this column here that maybe they're oversold?
So not necessarily, Charles. I think what's going on today is because people are selling NVIDIA, they're covering some of their shorts. So it's really more of a short-term trade. Okay. I would stick with these winners and find the best ones out of this list, because these are the names where the CapEx dollars are flowing to. Out of that list, I think ultimately there may be some winners. I'm not like reading at it right here. Nothing really stands out.
Nothing's jumping out at you.
As a winner.
A year ago, yeah.
I think there is software disruption is real. That's happening. So that's why you need to be like extra careful when you're investing in.
So if you're playing this today, folks, be nimble, right? I mean, that's the thing. Again, I'm interested in the fact that Workday made a move. There's a reversal in Salesforce I'm impressed with, but I don't own either one of them. I have an old position in Workday. Let's talk about your picks. And you're starting off, this is the one you say was a play on that networking. We saw the huge network growth in the data center part of NVIDIA, which is sort of a tell that there's some money to be made there.
That's right. So network is one of the most interesting areas right now, and you saw it from NVIDIA's numbers. I think it's just a matter of time until it...
I guess photonics, these stocks have been really hot. Again, a lot of them have made some big reversals today. Mostly profit taking, I think. I've been kicking myself for missing the cohort, but is there still room to the upside?
Absolutely. So these are optical components that also play on networking, Charles. So this cycle just turned in the middle of last year. I think the optical component cycle is in very early innings.
You also like KLA-Tencor, which is one of the semiconductor names that keeps reinventing itself. But before we run out of time, I've got to ask you about a name that I know you liked a lot, A-Labs, right? And it's been getting hit pretty good, right? I mean, it kind of peaked last year, and it's made these efforts, but it's been making a series of lower highs and lower lows, and it's broke all kinds of key support. The moving averages, you still like this name?
So we still like this, Charles, but interestingly, this is almost an opposite of the coherent trade, and this is, I think ultimately, a lot of money will be invested and both of them will benefit. But for now, I think there is a bit of a rotation from copper-related components to the photonic space.
For you're hanging with this.
That's right.
Ivana, thank you very much. Great day to have you. All right, folks, of course, major rotation underway, and there's some very...